I think for our spell book, we're also going to want to be able to sort the spells by the type, whether it's offensive or defensive. Sorted. And we'll just say by type. And then in parentheses, I'll just say defensive and offensive. And then after that, they'll just be sorted alphabetically. And that's actually something we'll want to add to our spell system outline, is a rarity of the spell. So let's take a fireball, for instance. You'll have different rarities of spells that you can get. Just a sec. Yes, your spells scale according to your skill level, which we had up here underneath the base skill. Your skill mod. So the higher your skill, your magic skill, the more damage or the bigger buff you get from it. Well, as far as ranks go to your skill, I have actually thought about having you buy some sort of talisman, and it will be it takes wear, so every time you cast a spell, there's maybe like a 5-10% chance that it loses 1 point of durability, and there's no way to fix them. It's just basically once it hits 0 durability, it just breaks. So everyone gets level 1 spells for free. You can always cast your level 1s. But you can go to the vendor and buy your little talisman for, say, level 2, rank 2 spells, and all your spells will be a little bit stronger. Then, of course, you can also buy, rank 3, rank 4, as high as ranks you want. But I don't know, I'm thinking the skill modifier might be a better system. I don't know, what do you think? Should we have little talismans for you to carry around to rank them, or should we just keep it on completely based on your skill? We might be able to do some sort of combination of the both. But for now, let's just keep it really simple and just pick one or the other. Okay. Tomo, do you have an opinion? Like, skill base is pretty easy. Having the item isn't that bad either. Just a little bit of extra coding that you'd have to check to see if you have the item. Yeah, I prefer the attribute system. Okay, so let's just keep it skill based. But let's also add in a rarity. So, as I was saying before about that, is everyone has a fireball spell. And let's say fireball spells, their damage is random. I've actually never played WoW. I've played Guild Wars for a bit. My wife and I used to like playing that. But we got to the point where playing with just the two of us, it wasn't that much fun. And since we had such irregular hours to play, we never really got into a group. It's still a fun game, though. But back to the rarity. Let's say fireballs start off. They can have a base of 10 to 20 damage. And it's going to be, when you get the spell, it's going to be random. So no two fireball spells, are the same type thing. Because you can also randomize their cost and see what their cost, their damage, maybe their range, effective range. But with a rarity, you could have like your common one do 10 to 20, maybe your uncommon one do maybe 25 to 40, and your rare spell do 30 to 50 or something like that. But it's just some way to have a much better spell than the next guy. And of course, they'll be harder to find. It's the same thing for the items. I'm not sure if we covered it last week. I think we might have. But it's pretty much in every RPG game now is having rarity on your items. So we'll come back here, sort it alphabetically. Okay, so can you think of anything else for our inventory system or the spellbook system? Oh, for the spellbook system, it's going to be drag and drop to put them on your bars. So drag and drop to add a spell to your bar. And let's just say that for now, a character only gets 8 slots for spells. So player can have up, well, not up to 8. He'll have 8. He'll have 8 slots for spells that can be changed in town. Okay, so I can't really think of anything else off the top of my head that we'd want to add. Okay, is there anything else you wanted to go over? We can start planning it out now. Sure. What's your question? I completely forgot to take off the chat that comes with Ustream. I see Liquid Blue in there. We're not actually using that one now. We're using the one right above you there, Liquid Blue, in the little box above it. It's an IRC channel. Sorry about that. When I was putting the other one up, I just forgot to take this one down. Wow, there's actually 6 people in there watching. The inventory won't be used for our NPC, I don't think, anyway. When we start getting into the NPC, we'll take a look to see if we're going to put all his items in an inventory, or if we'll just... Probably not, because we want to be able to have certain constraints on our inventory. For instance, the amount of slots they have. I personally don't really like the systems that have encumbrance. So, you know, this item weighs this much or it takes up this much room and you have to mix and match. I'd rather just have a set amount of slots and you can carry whatever you want, but this is, you know, how many slots you get to carry stuff in. Well, for an NPC, we could just give him like an area list so he can hold infinite things. Then every time an item gets added to the NPC's inventory, we could just set a timer on it. And, well, for the single player game, it doesn't matter. Once you sell it, we could just have it be gone. Or alternatively, we could set like a 5-minute timer on it. So you have like 5 minutes left or 5 minutes after you sell it to buy it back if you sold something by accident. But I don't think you really want to bind the inventory system we're working on to our NPCs. Okay, Tomo's question. I've been following the health bar tutorial and wrote everything as described, except I get this error. Ask the script player health.cs. Only assignment, call, increment, decrement. Okay. What tutorial did you base that off of? Is that from the first 10 tutorials? Is it one of the ones afterwards where we're creating the vital bar? You might be better off just to post the code either up on the forums and I can take a look at it, or send me an email with a link to it. Okay. Did you get kicked from the chat? Okay, if it's from the first 2 tutorials, the error message you got, only sign. It sounds like you're missing like a plus sign or something. Oh, your chat crashed. Okay. Well, I was saying that if you'd be better off probably to post the code to either the forums or email it to me or something like that, and I can take a look at it. It's a fairly common error, but you know, I'd rather just look at it. There's a few ways you can cause that error. Did you just want to post it to the forums then? Wiggly elephants. So, Tomo, did you want to email me the code, or did you just want to post it to the forums? Okay, this will probably be it for the recording. We can just sit and talk for the rest.